Okay, boom, boom, boom. There is a stream. Do I want that in the top left? Yeah, let's put it in the top left. I feel like it just doesn't make any sense. Cool. Awesome. Wait, let's start. I think I want to take a break from this because this has been a lot of fun getting fully set up. But take this, delete. That's funny looking. Okay, let's. I think I want to just scroll through stuff and see if I can mess with some cool little tricks, decorative tricks to do some different designs or something. I don't know. It's like the unfortunate thing is a lot of the decorative tricks that I'm thinking of is interesting, is oriented around the idea of being able to like layer different blocks. But I'm like thinking through it, I'm just not thinking of a ton of different designs. Because there's not a ton of them in the game really just yet. There's a lot of cool patterns, but not a ton of tidbit tricks kind of thing. That's a snow brick. I did. Snow brick. Interesting. I feel like there has to be something cool with like having a certain type of ore like sticking through a corner. Like that. And then reorienting. Can you even reorient the block? Notice how when it's completely surrounded, you lose it? Oh, that's actually kind of cool though. Ooh. Oh, wait. Yo. There's a little tidbit trick right there. Is literally you can have these ores jet through because typically if you surround the block completely, boom, you lose all of the ore, right? So basically it's only going to show on two sides, but it still shows through this way, which granted doesn't exactly look the best right here. But if you want to cover it up still to some level, I wonder maybe if you do like the steep instead. Not really, it still kind of just sticks out. I don't know. But the roofs allow it to still stick through. Might be some small things that could be pretty cool for. Not entirely sure. You still lose. Ooh, Oh, there we go. That's actually better. So instead, use slabs to cover it where you need it. Then you can do all kinds of cool little designs, no? And then take a sleep block. Oh. Something like that, or something like that. Boom, boom, boom. Slate, boom. Okay, I was like, am I crazy? Something like that, and then do that, that, or, okay, this situation would be kind of hard. The stairs work? Is it too big and it just covers it up? Yeah, so it just covers up those two. Versus if I did a slab, it would still kind of show. But you could do instead of basalt. Oh wait, there is no thorium slate. Interesting. Huh. Some cool little designs here and there. Trouble. Ah. Yeah, you can do some pretty damn cool designs. Node wise, have like a resource regen mod of some kind, and think. Interesting little concept. I have seen Sapphire. I haven't seen pretty much any of the others. Hmm. I really do like the idea of these in the node, kind of. Oh, this one lets me plant it on top of full blocks. I don't know why that just occurred to me. Interesting. It's a cool little node design. And assumingly, I mean, obviously it'd be a different kind of pattern because they all are pretty unique. But I think the red coral sponge in particular looks really good in this particular kind of theme. Man, there really is so many different like foliage blocks. Hmm. In creative mode, is it full blank slate? You build everything. Also, hi, how's it going? It's going good. How about yourself? This particular creative instance is because I chose a flat world. There is the option when you first load up the creative world for you to just do like a pre-generated as survival world, but in creative. But I specifically wanted a lot of space just to test certain things out and mess with stuff, so. Let's mess with some liquids. Technically doing laundry and making dinner. Sounds about right. Good luck, good luck. Hopefully it all turns out good, tasty. Laundry stuff doesn't just get soaked like mine did. Bro, there's gotta be some cool stuff that I'm just like not thinking of. Interesting. Get some wood. Oh, these are quite a bit like there's a little something something I know. Well, I wonder if this is strictly like a high or geez whiz, strictly a creative thing that can be done. I'm curious if I do this and move that. Okay, that's actually really freaking cool. The fact that that just hovers. Okay, let's do this. Oh. What? Hmm. I don't know why that keeps spawning on top. Hmm. I do this. Well, I went in the spot. It's just crooked. There we go. Better. This is a cool little concept. Just... Oh. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh. Dinner's easy, just doing sausage, egg, potato, cornbread. I'm crazy. Laundry just sucks because it's downstairs. Got it. Man, I can only imagine when like pistons get added, having some cool design where you shove like a couple of stairs into the boat and just have this like ajar. Like, not only does it stack, it stacks at different points on the boat. You can stack multiple on the same boat. What? There's no way, right? Hold up now. Uh, I'm not making a pool. Whoop. My bad. Cool. Make sure we get this nice and filled up and keep spreading. Hopefully they get similar water logic as Minecraft at some point, because I don't know how to feel about what? Why can I place the boat in the water? Are boats purely decorative at the moment? Huh. It'd be interesting if you could like stack the wooden boats. Man, I really do like the way the water looks in this game. Very good, very nice. Hmm. That just looks really silly, but whatever. Um, wait, this is in the base game. I haven't added these. Hmm. Hmm. Up a roof. It like auto does it for you. Do like a wow. You can do a cool little. Now that sound doesn't get annoying at all. It sounds like something getting punched. An animal screaming in pain. That's terrible. If I... Oh, I can... Oh no, it's just because I was high enough to... Yeah, got him. I just jump off that like a ladder? What the heck? Oh, whoa, hold up. That's a cool little thought. Can you use the handles on one side to parkour? It acts like a ladder. You can use trap doors like a ladder. What the? I didn't even know that. That's cool though. Huh. Interesting. Cool little set of thoughts. I don't know how I am continuing on this. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. So they're just trying to add on to what animations they have and textures. Hmm. Um. I just didn't realize that this isn't. The stream isn't showing the asset editor. Would that be a game capture? I don't actually know. Oh. Oh. Okay, so now it's behind me. If I hit the screen, yeah, you can still see everything. The reader code gets in the way a little bit. I still don't quite know where to put it, but in any case, if I close this, it still shows it, which is kind of annoying. So I'd have to like do this every time. Yeah, okay. Whatever. We'll do that for now. And we'll figure it out another time. Furnace. It's the actual item. Hmm. I'm gonna sit here and look through this some more. Okay. Hmm. Armor? That'd be interesting if I could add regen to the furnace. And that would keep players from breaking it until they reach a certain tier like pickaxe. Which actually is a crazy cool concept. But wow. They have so much that you can change however you want. This is an incredibly complex system. Hmm. Wonder what's the difference between output and primary output? Why is there no second? Hmm. Memory level knowledge? Hmm. Is this capacity for the actual slots or what? Read only cannot be edited to the asset paths. Huh. Let's add increased um I don't know. Hmm. Oh, you can. So the asset name is tied to the blockbench model, and the blockbench model is tied to the texture. So it's all linked. This is interesting, because usually it's separate files that you have to merge. Huh, that's cool. Change the item level, change max stack size. Wouldn't a mod that literally just increases max stack size be super simple? Because you literally just make a mod folder, overwrite all of the blocks in the game, each one just change the max stack size to whatever. And GG's. You have a a mod that does that. That's crazy. Huh. Yeah. The first thing that I'm thinking of mod wise to make, well, first and second, is one is for the vanilla game and another is for what I want to do anyway, which is make a RPG MMO. So one of them is just quite simply a better storage system, and the other one would be a custom MMO item generator, basically. Hmm. Functionality, container capacity. Okay. So in theory, let's furnace. You're 124, 124. So yeah, this one has an input output. Hmm. Backpacks already like a fundamental thing in the game. I don't doubt that there's somebody who's made a backpack mod already. Um, Whoops. So here's your input and output. Equip. Let me real quick. Just crafting the backpack upgrade. Okay. What do you do with the backpack itself? So instead of having the backpack fill the backpack, I guess I'll show this. Oh god, my fucking camera's in the way. Well, you can't see it, but in the character view here on the left, where it shows your stats at the bottom of your character skin, there are three things. The top one is pocket crafting option. Second one is you have to find the forgotten temple to do something. I haven't checked out what that's about. You have your shield and stuff down here. But then below that second option, there's toggle backpack. It opens up this little extra bar of inventory. But the backpack itself, I'm in my hand that you can't see, but you can see that it is on my hotbar, right? Doesn't do anything yet. Interesting. Back to the asset editor. So there's two inputs, no outputs. There's a primary output, regular output, input. It'd be interesting to get it weapon stats and stuff. Okay. Give it placing functionality to where you can use it to build in your world and just have like a backpack detail sitting on a shelf or something. That'd be interesting, actually. Level stack size. Oh. It gives me the option to place it, which is interesting. But I probably need to create a better model for it, potentially? I don't. Or what if I just. It's a medium. Hmm. So you probably have to source code the ability to place it with like a proper model. So you probably have to update the details of that. Hmm. Okay, rated furnace. Let's go back to the furnace. So capacity isn't what I'm looking for. It's the input outputs, I think. Hmm. Hmm. So on use, you could change it to where open processing bench. Hmm. Let's type. Where's I'm finding container. Search. Output. Nope. Hmm. Where's the interesting. Fuel quality. Hmm. What is this changing? Is my question. I'm changing this number. What is it actually doing? So I don't see a. I look up upgrade. What if I look up here? Translation properties. There's nothing that comes down from that. Nope, not what I'm looking. Yeah, there's still some stuff broken about some of this, but oh hey, that's the recipe though. Yeah, so that's what it takes to craft it. It does say trunk. Interesting. Primary output. That's it. I'm turning the furnace into a weapon that does burning damage. Just somebody swinging a massive ass fucking furnace at you. I mean, technically, if you put like handle and body to the bottom of this, it would basically just be a really blunt axe. So this is where you could do your custom type stats. I'm surprised, like, when you click on armor, it shows you all these different things that you can mess with, and then with weapon, there's none of that. Hmm. Hmm. I need to figure out what the actual like API looks like, so I can genuinely start looking at how to start modifying these blocks. I don't really know JSON all that well, but yo, what's up, Wendy? Me honestly be terrifying? It would be. I mean, considering the furnace is basically as tall as the player, be interesting. Most dangerous thing you can make into a weapon is something harmless like wool. True. But wool could be like, I don't know. When you think like wool, you think like blankets, pillows, yada yada, and whatnot. It can be soft, but it can also be like springy almost, so you can make a weapon out of it that's literally just like knock back 1,000. Something no one would expect to kill you. Yeah. Only Fox, who stole a PC to play Hytale. True. Well, it's really not really what. Hmm. Just found it in the forest. You found a fox? Tell him to give you your fucking PC back. What is all of this? Like, why does it track everything here? You can. There's no way I'm reading this right. What? That's not under interactions. What section is this under? Bro, I'm turning the furnace into a launch pad. When you turn it on, it freaking sends you. That's interesting. It's not really stealing if it's just randomly in the forest, a PC. If it's just randomly in the forest, a PC in the forest. What is this? Freaking Swiper from Dora? Silver Fox lore. Interesting. I was actually out here ripping PCs. There's no way I'm reading this right. Huh. I'm curious what section this is under, but I don't. Is it under state? It's under block entity. So if it's an entity, you can make it to where instead its function. What? No, I'm just dumb. Like, I don't understand why this is all tracked. Block entity. What does that even? What does that even mean? This would be a great rocket launcher. It sure would. So load the bottom with some like firewood, and then throw some gunpowder in it. Have a little chute at the top. That'd be pretty good. I almost guarantee you that there's people that already have made full-on rocket launchers and stuff. I'm realizing more and more that people are just cracked and insane at the same time. Hot melted ore. Oh. It burns. Interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely have to mess with this some more because at the moment, have no understanding about any of it. Okay. This I understand. What is this? This is Jason, right? It looks like Jason. Okay. I like the way that this looks. I haven't messed with Jason basically at all. I haven't really had to. I've seen it here and there because I thought about doing like plugins and stuff in Minecraft. Is there no like comment syntax? Oh, here's upgrade requirements. I like the way that this is formatted, but it bugs me that everything is literally just... There's no gap, no... What is this? Nothing. You kind of just have to read the section to understand. But some of them aren't as intuitive. Like, why would... Gather type benches. Interesting. Cracked and insane is the best way to play, of course. Yeah, there's some insane players. Like, I literally installed this mod just to understand how they formatted their stuff, why they did things a certain way, whatever. And this is very rudimentary, don't get me wrong, but the game's also only been out a week and a day, so you know, there's nothing really much to expect here, but still, it's cool. It's a nice little baseline to work off of. Or, I just didn't realize, fucking, of course. This is what I was talking about. Like I said, nothing crazy about it. It's not an over-the-top UI, but I wanted to understand how he did, like, the locked equipment, how he scaled it, like, all of that. And I mostly just wanted to know how he did his UI stuff, because I haven't seen anything on the API that's out, but it's obviously out. Otherwise, people wouldn't have mods and stuff. But I wanted to see the API components for his UI so I could start looking at trying to make it. Well, not make this, but make my own version of it. So that's my goal at the moment, mod-wise. Isn't Zone4 just Mustafar? What? I don't know if that's the name of Zone4. I'm not super familiar with the lore, if I'm being honest. I truly do wish that I knew more about the lore. But alas, I do not. I tell by your axe is just a sword that looks like an axe. I tell by your axe is just a sword that looks like an axe. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's very easily possible. Just a sword that looks like an axe. Mustafar's lava planet from Star Wars. Oh, damn. Yeah, I would not at all have made that connection. Let's bring up asset editor, weapons beyond. Oh, what am I doing? Let's just look up sword. Camera, entity, item. Let's do the goblin sword, I guess. Editor. Or. Am I crazy? Big Star Wars fan. I'm gonna be honest. I enjoy Star Wars. I don't think I've ever been a like fan of it, like a diehard fan of it. A sword? That is a bow, but it shoots shields. I still think that that's actually pretty possible. Just simply because you would basically only have to change like the texture and model of the projectile of the weapons into one another. What do you call that? Brain rot. I don't know. You call it something. It's like a pickaxe, shovel, and axe is a paxel. Or a pickaxe, axe, shovel. Axel. Runs in the name better. Sword, bow, and shield. A shield? I don't know. Friendship over, can't believe you don't like Star Wars. Shit, my bad. Something I don't like it. I've just never been like a diehard. Oh, look at all these little details and the names and the this and the that. And Samuel Jackson had a purple lightsaber. Why was his purple and everyone else had blue, green, and red? But each their own. I still like the world building and the concept of the world. Interesting. Hades 2 Kronos and Hytale is a boss fight. Yeah, I really do want to look at inheritance not yet supporting the property. Okay, interesting. Do not. Why? I'm so lost. Why do none of these weapons have the model and texture? Like, I'm looking at the bench furnace. It shows the item, and then this one doesn't. Do they not have so many of these assets in the editor yet? Stamp charged. Okay. Oh dang, wait, these are the animations, no? It is. Am I in the right section? Is that why? Stab, swing. Never would hit on someone for what they do in Delight. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's why. So what, you take like this item, say, where's the icon? Where's the... Dun, dun, dun. Folder. Do... What did I just call it earlier? Sword, bow, shield. So wield. And then sword that's bow that shoots. Oh no, it wouldn't. Okay, so you would have to use a... Okay, never mind. Hold up. Wrong thing. I don't particularly care now. Override. So we'll... Delete. Hytale. let's just... Override. So wield. Now we have it in this. I don't know why that changed, but whatever. These two is one of my favorite games, just very good. The Titan of Time as a boss would be cool. Because he controls time and being a very serious fox. I'm not making it yet until I can prove that I can actually do it. But it's definitely an interesting idea, so might as well start with it. Okay. So, general, here's the icon. Let's try asset has apparent inheritance, not supported. Okay. Item appearance. Okay, here it is. So yeah, you just change this to a sword. Is there a way? Yeah. Cobalt. What are we doing? A long sword? There's the model. Cobalt Tech. They just have. I did a long sword, right? Yeah. There's those. This is gonna be stupid, I can already tell. So, okay, so this is... I feel like this is gonna look stupid. The charges here, because this is the like pullback state on a sword. The question is, how would I do the audio for this? Do you still keep the bow sound effect for a sword that you're not pulling your hands just like over here doing whatever and you just have the bow up? This is gonna look awful. It would be if they oh my gosh, if they had like the actual sword, like in this case we're doing the cobalt longsword, if they had a legit cobalt longsword, but then secondarily in their like second slot, like let me close this real quick. So like if they had, where's the cobalt one? Okay. Like if they had the longsword in their hand on slot 4 right here, and then in this hand had the sword bow shield, the wield. Like you could legit fight with this as a sword and then swap to it and start using it as a bow, and people would be like, is that a visual bug? Like what's happening here? That just sounds hilarious, to be honest. Okay. Back into this. Why is the icon not generating? Okay, I just had to refresh it, I guess. Okay, so it's a bow icon. So actually, yeah, instead this needs to be the sword icon, right? Cobalt long sword. Okay, that didn't update. What just happened? I'm confusion. What? Sound-wise, I don't know. Not a clue. Not a single clue. What? Presumably it's under like functionality, right? Or maybe not. What would it be under? Okay, so here's the rendering. This needs to be longsword or longsword. Oh, that's not trippy at all. It's got the bow texture on the sword. Longsword, cobalt texture. There we go. So that's why. So functionality. Oh. Whoops. Okay, I gotta say this already looks a little silly. It doesn't shoot yet, but we have a sword that's acting as a bow right now. I wonder if I could swap hands so it's in my left hand instead. That way it looks a bit more legit. But I don't know. Um, and oh, how does the bow? Why does it render in the right hand? But when it's the actual bow, I wonder if it's just like the way the model is, maybe. So you might have to create a whole different model. I don't know. Okay, I don't care about this. I don't care about that. Okay, so they have multiple charge damage skills. Here's the volley for the skill. Here's the block capability. Okay. This is the visual effect. Pullback config. Interesting. So maybe you can mess with that some. Is there anything that just jumps out? I wonder. There has to be something in the bow config that like tells you what it's shooting, right? That's why. So why is this not? Hmm. does this not shoot? Hmm. Inverted gravity would be insane. What? You'd have arrows shooting up. Is that what that's saying? Or is what does that pertain to? Hmm. Sound event, item sound. Ooh. Okay. How? Is there a way to like search in this? I don't see it. So you basically get to scroll until you find what you need. Do damage. I guess to the top. Longsword, longsword, longsword. This is what allows it to act like a bow. Boom, boom, boom. So the crafting requirements. Yeah, here's all your damage stuff. Here's the effects. Damage if you hit him in the head. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. They have formulas for air resistance. What's ground resistance? Interesting. There's the volley. Here's the block. Oh, you can reduce the... Wait, that's actually cool though. That's super easy to just change. And you can change the freaking value to like 1 or 0 and you just have like an infinite block item. That's cool. Okay. Oh, sword. Yep. Okay. Arrow placeholder. That's the... Yeah, that's just the charge animation now. Or the charge visual. Okay, there's visual effects. Wait. So this is... So maybe... I don't know, you might have to also make custom arrows instead of just all in one, like here. That's what I'm thinking right now. Which would kind of make sense, but I wonder how silly is it? Give me 2 seconds. As of right now, this is what it looks like, right? Here's the sword. And then the sword doesn't show, but your fist sticks out, and then you see it when you actually pull back. But I can't get it to actually shoot at the moment because I'm trying to figure out the next, like, portion to it. But I want to say that there's no necessary, like, way of retexturing the arrow itself, or yeah, to what I want in this, and I actually have to make a separate custom item and then retexture it and then somehow link them. But I'm trying to find in the bow, because presumably it's in the bow, not the arrow item type that pairs the two. Primary item, first pair particles. I also need to figure out how to move it to the left hand instead. Okay. Let's go to Hytale. Look up arrow. What arrow did I use? The clear shot. Let me just look up clear shot. Okay, it does fall under its own weapon category. Why does it have a dagger animation? Okay, so the arrows were designed and made after daggers / knives, I guess. This is... Am I crazy? Okay. Let me... Workshop. Maybe it's just not working. No, let's try that instead. Oh. Hey, it's shooting. It's just the freaking arrow that I've decided to pick, I guess, was not the one to pick. Okay. But yeah, it shoots now. So now all I have to... Yeah, this is actually so... Okay, this is so cool. I love this, man. Okay, so... Wrong arrow. I'll choose crude arrow for now, because I know that that one works. I don't know about the other ones. Is this the actual... Yeah, okay. So, override. So wield, or let's just call it shield underscore arrow, I guess. Copy. Okay. And now, alright, let's go to the editor first. So icon, shield. Oh, we got the cobalt. Dual sword shield. Interesting. Oh, that's cool. Didn't know. Change that. Good question. Was there having a dagger animation? Never know. I do know that in their blog they had a video of you like shapeshifted as one of the birds and throwing the daggers, the kunais. So I bet that it's literally just because they made the animations and stuff for the daggers as projectiles before they made arrows a thing. And so they literally just copied it over. Which makes sense, but I feel like you could have just renamed it, but and made a whole section different. It could be the same exact code, but still, that's probably what happened was they just made the dagger animation first. I don't know. Okay. Okay, it's a item sound. I don't know why this didn't update. Once again. Last time it was just simply because. Okay. So I can find it in the source, but I don't know where. I need to change these to the shield, but I just need to find it in here somewhere. Tags. I wouldn't imagine. What would it be under? Yeah, it's literally all of that's okay, that's exactly why it's all of the knife animations that they threw over it. It's interesting. Here it is. Model Cobalt Shield. Okay, and then Cobalt Shield. Select. Rendering. Okay. So let's do that. Get rid of these. How do I... Max stack size is 100. Okay, I don't know how to have the equip item button give me more. But for now, I guess this works. Oh. Okay, maybe not. I thought I had it. I almost did. What is the root arrow? Wait, it's him again. It's shield underscore arrow. That's funny. Okay, it still shoots out. Why is it? It's because of the weapon tag versus the shield tag. Why did the ID change? Okay, close that. Wait. What? Okay, cobalt, cobalt, cobalt. That's the icon. There's texture model. It's actually crazy how simple this is already, though. Literally just basically changing the models. There's the max stack. Why did it change the ID though? Where's the... Because right now, if I hover it in game, its ID is shield_arrow, and I need it to be weapon_arrow. Because I think the weapon_arrow part, yeah. So it's still getting the properties. I don't know why this icon is different. When I hit equip item, it's the proper one too. It still has its quirks. See, ingredients. Here's it's saying it's a weapon_bow, or in the category. Here's interactions. What's the Hytale one? ID weapon bench. Did I see that? Yeah, okay. I saw this section first, and then this. Wonder. Oh, how would that look? Surely that's not it, though, right? Icon. Yep. Yeah, no, it's all the same. So my question is it technically working and just not showing up correctly? Like visibly not seeing the shield? But I'm still lost as to why it has an ID shield_arrow versus weapon arrow crude. Or weapon arrow, whatever. Weapon arrow shield. I don't know. Weapon arrow like cobalt. I don't know. Arrow. I really want to do this now. Yeah, I finally got the creator code. I need to probably change the color of that, to be honest. Here, let's change this to like, even though red is my color, let's change this to like blue, because I feel like it's, maybe it's hard to see. I don't know. Change this to black. I don't know if that shows up any better or what exactly. Fire. Rank. looks kind of like a W. They never complained about being on an uptrend. It's a little silly Flint. I guess I'll show you where it's at the moment. Okay. So this is your normal sword. This is the bow. You don't even see the sword at all until you start charging, and then it's like in the bag. So at the moment I got it shooting these arrows, but I can't get it to shoot the shields, and I'm trying to figure out how and why my thing isn't working. Also, it is the right shield. It's just the back side of the shield for some reason. I just thought of that. Okay, so that is right. It's just off. I wonder if it's like because of the it's a model difference maybe that it's not showing up. Hold up, let me. Yeah, and then it just doesn't shoot. So it's not even like recognizing this as a shootable arrow. And like I said, if you look at this right here under the top name, it still shows crude arrow, but then the ID shows shield arrow, and the rest of these show weapon, which I think is like the keyword that allows these to work. But also the clear shot arrow I tried and it didn't work at all. So I'm like, it might just be certain arrows work with certain tiers, and I don't know how. I don't know how that interaction connects exactly. Yeah. I need to figure out the shield arrow ID thing first though. So because right here it's still quote unquote inheriting the crude arrow um, properties. And even here, it's in the weapons category. So why it decided to make its own category, I'm not entirely sure. See? Still in the weapons category, even here. I guess maybe just updating it. Does that keep... Yeah, okay, that keeps adding it to the same stack. I don't know why. Let me try deleting those, and then... Oh, still shows shield arrow. I don't know. Show all properties. Weapons. Okay, it's still inheriting the crude. And I know the crude arrow works with this particular bow that we're using, so that shouldn't be an issue. Here's your sound set. There's the texture and model update. None of that should matter. So yeah, it's using knife properties to do the bow, which is so strange. Especially on the arrow, because you're blocking with the bow, no? I don't know. All of this is confusing as heck to me. The fact that I'm taking the properties of an arrow and I'm seeing nothing but knife properties. I don't know why this is showing like off to the side too, like that. Maybe you have to do an offset override. That's it says it's for the pullback config. I'm like, I don't know. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, whoops. It's not what I wanted to do. I wonder if I need this line. Maybe try, maybe that's the solution. Yeah. It's just a matter of template weapon crude arrow or arrow crude. That'd be right. Oh, it's still giving me. Yeah, it's still giving me the item, but it's saying invalid JSON. Oh. Yeah, so the model texture and stuff is all down here. Then the recipe. Hmm. Yeah, I don't understand the formatting of JSON all that much. Yeah, I don't see a parent tag for the bow like I do with this. So yeah, there's a parent for this and that's above tags. Yeah. There's a parent option here. Oh, okay. Hey, well, would you look at that? Um, let's look here, and it would be weapon ear, bone. Yeah. So where did that just go? Where did that just update to? Parent. Oh, I would have thought it would have been down here if it wasn't there. Oh. Yeah, it was at the very bottom. That's not interesting. Let me get rid of this. Let me give myself quite a few of these arrows just because why not? Still shows shield arrow. Nope. Okay. Huh. I really thought that's why that duality worked with the sword bow. Hmm. Translation properties. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah. Okay, so the translation property. Okay. What does the parent do though? If that's the case. The universe is trying to stop us? Probably. Wouldn't put it past it. I don't know. The world isn't ready for the Sewield. They're just not. Oh, what's interesting is there's no categories section for the Sewield. There is for the arrow. But this longsword and short bow are both in the weapon category. The items category and then the weapons category. Huh. Yeah, honestly, that was kind of my best guess. I I don't know why the parent tag is at the very bottom here though. Say it has no weapon ID? Sorry. Oh, this one doesn't either. Hmm. What? Doesn't have tags or categories. So I'm assuming the translation properties is what's allowing the sword to be a bow. Because that would make the most logical sense based on the name. But what's the point of the parent tag? If that's the case. Because I would have thought that the parent tag would be how you even locate. Or maybe that's it. I don't freaking know. How you would even locate the item to copy from, and then the translation properties syntax is used to actually copy the source information over. So this would be like the folder, and this would be the actual properties that you're transferring over. But yeah, there's no... The thing I'm still most confused about is the fact that in-game, this is still a shield arrow. And there's literally nowhere in the properties or the tags or the anything that this is a shield arrow. Like, it's supposed to be a weapon, arrow, shield, if anything. So there's definitely something I don't understand. Because, like I said, translation is a weapon, arrow, crude. The icon is a shield, but it's still a weapon. It's not a shield arrow. I wish I could control F, like search in this. I mean, realistically, I could like copy this entire bit of code and go to a notepad. Or whoops. And just see if I can find it real quick. But, so it's a type weapon and interesting. Shield. Yeah, in the entire file, I search shield underscore arrow, which is what the ID is for the item it's generating, and it's nowhere even in it. So let's search shield. Okay, the model and texture, there's a shield, okay. Okay, the icon. It's literally those three that even have shield in it. So literally this is the only place that shield even comes up. And like I said, it's still a item, weapons, and shield. And in any case, these are just the model, texture, and icon, not the type and family, which is down here. And it should be weapon, arrow. I am confusion. Okay, yep, yep, yep. Even the categories at the freaking top here is items, weapons. See, my brain would be like, okay, it is working and it's actually shooting the arrow if it didn't have that audio cue. But because it has the audio cue, it makes me think that it's not, because if I... Whoops. Okay, there's crit. If I pick up some crit arrows, it'll shoot it. Just fine. And I don't get that weird... Pudding. Pudding. So I'm like... It's just not shooting. And these are the exact same settings outside of changing the model, the texture, and the icon. The only thing I can think of is for whatever reason that the model is messing with it somehow, but I don't know the inside code, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. So what is that knife throw? Asset editor. This towards the bottom. Yeah, it's like almost right at the bottom. Dun, dun, dun. So this is what the arrow is like based off of. Different shield model, potentially. We'll try it here in a sec. But this is what this right here is what the arrow is using as like a throwing animation, the shooting animation. So they definitely made the knife throw before they made arrows, which is interesting. Like I said, probably for that blog post that they did a while back. Yeah, I don't know. I could very well just be stupid. I haven't messed with this an absolute ton. But yeah, let's try changing this to I don't even know what, a cobalt shield instead. Or jeez Louise, copper shield. Not cobalt, jeez Louise. Something about the positioning of this is also jacking with me. Alright, source. Is everything? I didn't update the icon. Item, texture model, general, icon, copper, shield. Okay. I didn't change the icon yet, and yet for some reason it was already popping up. I don't know. What if I... For whatever reason. Nope. Yeah, that would be my assumption, but... Or, well, I guess I'll read. The icons would show in the inventory, I assume. Yeah. That would be my assumption, and, like, when it's on the ground, also... would be my assumption of it being the case. And that is what happens. And you still have the ID shield arrow. But, you know what? Let's do that. Let's do this. So obviously this did nothing. Okay, boom. Let's go back to rendering. Let's do... Am I crazy? So it shows it as a shield arrow. Oh. Let's interesting. Oh my god. It's the freaking file name, man. Okay. Rename. What would it just be? Weapon, arrow, food? Weapon, arrow, cobalt, shield? I don't know. Okay, all three of those are open. Da, da, da. Inherits from crude arrow, okay. Let's do that. Arrow, full shield. Still has crude arrows like the name. Okay, crude arrow doesn't pop up in the source text anywhere. Why is it taking... That is the base name now. Just off of this. Yeah, so... Excuse me. Why is it not working though? Why does this work and why does this not work? It's not anything to do with this because that works just fine. Do I need this? let's try just messing with it and see if it... Oh. Was it taking the crude arrow name? It's not taken from the parent, so it's taking it from this, presumably. Can I change this? Nope. Weapon arrow. What? Iron dot name? Yeah, okay. So yeah, it's I think is though if that's just the crude arrow works shooting from the sword. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna have to come back to this because I feel like I'm just going in circles and I have no idea precisely why. So like this has cobalt shortbow because of this means it's inheriting the properties of the shortbow. I don't know. Yeah, for now we'll come back to it. Interesting thought. We'll mess with it some more. Like I said, I can get it to still shoot, but it has to be actual arrows at the moment. I don't know what the difference is between this and this at the moment. Other than the fact that the name is different. The ID is different. Should I just... Okay. I'm gonna try it. Just because that's my last ditch kind of effort, to be honest. So this is just crude. Oh, crude. I said this ID already exists. That's right. I did try it. Does that mean it doesn't matter? I don't know. Okay, yeah. We'll put it up. We'll find out another time. Okay, so we have all of this to start building on and actually working towards. I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm doing the outside because I really don't like the way this looks and it's bugging me, but that's fine. These are not evenly sectioned. That's fine. Realistically, I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do is get rid of these ones. What am I doing now? I'm working on a Adventurers Guild build. It's an 100 by 100, and we'll see how tall it ends up being. And it's probably going to be wider than this, just because I'm going to have to do little like arches and different segments and parts that hang off and yada yada. But for the time being, this is what it is. Nothing crazy. This was probably the hardest part at the start, to be honest. Actually measuring everything out wasn't too terribly difficult. Okay, I have... Looks cool as fuck. It is getting there. It's looking okay. It's looking alright. Not crazy. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. still have this in my inventory. I don't know if I'm ever actually going to use it. But, for those two. And which section do I want to start with? I'm going to be honest, the Adventurers Guild section's probably the easiest, just because there's the absolute most for it. They still have a lot of incomplete sets. But I guess I need to figure out section-wise. I really wish that there was signs. Maybe that's a freaking mod that I make, is just signs. Add signs to the game, because there's these signs, but they're like purely decorative. Unless I'm just stupid. But there's no interact button, you can't right click it or anything to put words on it. I don't know. I'm still curious. What I want to do for this little section on each of the corners is for them to be like little shops for each thing. And eventually we'll probably change up the design. This was kind of just a base plate. But if I have like a... Let's go... let's go with this one. If I have like a door here, right? Just being able to go into the little back, and then this is all of the section for this. Surely they'll fix that soon. Sounds one of the most basic things to a game like this. Yeah, I would surely think so. But I don't know. Quebec pizza launcher sounds crazy. I wish I was a lot more naturally gifted at messing with block bench stuff. So I feel like I'm sort of understanding it, but at the same time, like, not entirely. Where's... Just look up tavern. Just a door. Just add doors to each section. Yeah, these are so similar. That's hard to distinct. Maybe do the last sieve instead. I feel like that's fitting. And this one, let's do... Yeah, it's probably just gonna be dark tone. I feel like fits the most, blends in the most, whatever. I didn't even think of like that design. All these stores need to be filled, yeah. These particular doors actually have like full-on designs for them to be a double door though. It's the only weird thing. But I don't think that there's a single door variation. Okay. I'm glad swords don't shoot projectiles like in Terraria. Well, now it's gonna happen because you brought it up. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start with the Adventurers Guild just because, like I said, it's the most simple. Archetype. All of the tavern set. Yeah, the rest is, I don't know. Okay. So, first things first, immediately my brain is saying, yeah, let's do this first. Something like that. Spacing wise, it's in freaking sets of 3, so it looks awkward. This allows some fresh space too, so I don't know. I think we can fill it. Yeah, all of the stuff is in 2s, and I did 3s. It's gonna be weird to break up. I'm gonna have to do like stupid stuff about like putting stuff on diagonals. Now let's go and break these, something like that. Let's just do like that. Or do I move this all one in? Yeah. Immediately my brain was like, yep. Because I'm gonna probably need as much space here as possible. We'll see. Boop, and boop. So this allows me that extra layer. Put those up. Probably all I need. No, it's going to happen. Those swords are never meant to shoot projectiles. If so, they're really a sword or just a magical bow in disguise. That's exactly what it is. All of a sudden you have wizards that are disguising their weapons as different weapons. That's the real brain twister. A PvP server with that would be so silly. If there was just an absolute collage of weapons mimicking other weapons, but then there was also multiple. So like a sword could be a bow, a spear, a battle axe, or this or that, and you're literally just purely guessing what kind of weapon they have. I would that'd be a interesting PvP server, but I can also see people losing their minds, um, messing with that. So never let them know your best move or weapon. Next move, yeah. This is gonna be such a simple design just to start out. It really isn't like, I don't know. My brain is wanting more stuff to mess with, just to tinker around in ideas, and there really isn't like an absolute ton in just yet. And the crazy thing is, this is the most full, so it's like, okay, this section's gonna be a dining hall. This section's gonna be the actual like forge part. This section's probably gonna be like a butcher area, and this is gonna be, you know, your oh, your shopping stuff. And I'm gonna keep doing that. Okay, so there's that. Use some like barrels. Kind of mix it up some. There's different kinds of barrels, so we could actually do that. Do that. I can rotate the barrel. Oh yeah, these are planters, not barrels. How did I just do that? That one's still planted on like a offset axis, but it's not as much as that one. Your code is sponsored by the Zone 3 Snow Hytale Content Creator Organization? What the hell? Okay. This... Yeah. I think... because this is Tavern, a lot of this floor is probably going to get changed out for like hardwood. Because it is... that theme. I'm trying to remember actually. What are the other planks? The dark wood potentially, because I think that actually resembles. It's kind of a mix. It's definitely more dark wood than it is hardwood, but some of the brighter parts look closer in color. If you look at the top, like it's an in between actually, which is interesting. No, that's way too bright. Okay. Interesting thought. Dark wood. Yeah, take it easy, Wendy. Appreciate you chatting and chilling. Thanks for stopping in out of all of the other content creators. Have a great rest of your day. This is... This feels unbelievably basic, but... Yeah, maybe that's it. Oh wait, the walls. It's just a repeating pattern. That actually looks clean now. Hmm. Hmm. Definitely leaning to just red. Orange didn't make much sense. Oop. Because I know that there's no directional placement difference. Now, let's do that. Boom, we have a little segment of a wall made. Let's put some chandeliers, potentially. I don't know what I'm doing. Freaking. Set. Cool. Let's. $15. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There should be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Why is there 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or am I tripping? Because I'm counting from center and then not counting from center, I guess. Okay, here's center. Including center. No. Do I want to include center? Okay. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here's 10. So place it here. Okay. And then 1, or well, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is left. That's fine by me. Wait, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's on the 6 block. Interesting. Okay. Little chandeliers. Cool. We don't mind that. I'm glad that that works exactly like World Edit. Potentially add some little tables. It's gonna be an odd number, isn't it? 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or no, it's an even number, so. Wait, what? No, this should have a center. Am I crazy? End up with 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, yeah. Looks like I miscounted. Like I said, I would reliably want more in, so that way when I do something like this, let's say that's a wall, now it's even, boom, okay. Now I need some of these. Thank you. Like that. Get my table back. Okay, do the same thing, but just don't realize. Okay. There we go. Something like that, and then yeah. We'll have to. I can understand this section being these stones because that's going to be like the forge area, and you obviously don't want that to be wood. This makes sense to be wood floors. This would be like a butcher area. I don't know. We'll figure it out. This is strictly just like the work area. Just that. We don't really have. I mean, I guess technically we have like this. Maybe your. Oh crap! Now I don't know where to put it. Do something like this. I don't know. Not a clue. Cabin bench. And we're probably going to replace the floors in here, but we'll see about that. For now, I think that that's good. This, I am completely unsure. Because I don't believe that there isn't any mossy, like, woods or anything. Which I think would fit this area pretty dang well. Be interesting nonetheless. But well, it's been almost a 3-hour stream. Dang, I feel like I spent freaking an hour and a half or something at least on the Wield. And that's one. Might as well. Don't bug anybody. Who's back there? Just to bug anybody? I don't know. The hang's a little too low for my liking, but that's fine. I can reach it. I can replace the candle real quick. Just whoop. I love that that's a thing for all of these. And same animation, but still. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So they're like flower pots. There's flower pots. They're so I can place it on top of that, but I can't place it on any of these. Interesting. Okay. Well, the last thing I can think of that an Adventurers Guild would really want to have, what are like backstock of. Okay, it's gonna, of course. How did that? What is that placement? What the? Interesting. So this is not placed up here, it's placed here? Okay, the placement on that is kind of strange. I don't know. Okay. Can I put like 2 of these next to one another? Nope. I don't know. Fine by me. We'll just mix them up. Of dog morphing? Okay. Why is that a thing? That's pretty funny. I can't even lie about it. And then let's, I don't know, let's just do empty class. Interesting break animation. Just do like a medium here. I don't know. Mix and match. Obviously, we could do like a spawn entity and go to potions and then just spawn it in, boom, put it all the same, and then go here and Go. Like so. Shrink this down maybe some. Alright. Yeah. I mean, this would definitely need to be shrink down. But there's a lot more detail that we can get instead of placing these on to this. Just manually doing a whole bunch of them and changing the color and this and that. But for now, we'll just get a baseline and call it good. I don't know. Area looks kind of a little bit gross. I don't know. I did so much of this off camera too, though, so I'm not even mad with the progress. I probably should have streamed it, but I feel like my building process is so boring to watch, especially. Mostly because it's me, like, in my own head thinking of ideas and doing stuff like this, where I'll build all of this and then I'll completely break it down because I think it looks bad. I like the idea of all of this, and I like that I've kind of like broken up it into a somewhat pattern. But I don't think that what I have in my head requires quite a bit more than what's in the game currently. Pretty much strictly detail-wise. And there's already quite a few different blocks, but I'm just wanting there to be more. And it's mostly like the decoratives that is missing, I guess, to them. I don't know. Like I said, I need to mess around with it more. I need to mess around with the actual segments of each guild. And yeah. I need to look at more of these kind of ideas and see what I can come up with. I mean, honestly, being dead ass, maybe not the store section, but this might go like in the Adventurers Guild, like blacksmith area, like something like this. And we'll come up with more ideas for the plant section and the alchemy section. We'll put like a pot. Yeah. Anyway, I think that is where I'm gonna end the stream now because it is getting somewhat late. I do want to wake up pretty early tomorrow. Got some things to do, but I appreciate you guys stopping in. I appreciate Wendy and Miss CJ for chilling, hanging out, and yeah. Thank you guys. Alrighty. I'm super excited that we finally got a creator code, but now it's about actually making content that'll help people out and growing the channel. So we're going to start working towards it and developing our skills to be able to do such a thing in the first place, because I feel very rudimentary about just about everything. Understanding the asset or JSON, I don't really know basically at all. My Java programming has significantly diminished because I haven't used it in forever until basically now. My blockbench capabilities have gotten quite a bit better. I haven't done like anything animation wise. My texturing I've gotten a lot more confident in. That was the thing I was most worried about. And I feel like my modeling has gotten decent. But now it's about actually making content. And whether that's, you know, just raw videos and stuff, or just making my own mods, making my own models, this and that. But yeah, I will catch you guys another time. Thank you for stopping in out of all the other channels. Y'all take it easy. Have a good rest of your night. Peace. Oh, and if you are experiencing very bad weather like we are, stay warm, stay safe. You know, all the things. Take care of yourselves. Alrighty. Peace.